All right, guys, welcome to the UAFL tonight on Thursday Night Football. We're going to get right into this. Our first game tonight is going to be the Atlanta Razorbacks. Oh, that is too loud. Let me turn that down. I forgot I was playing Fortnite earlier. We got the Atlanta Razorbacks taking on the New York Barons tonight. And we're going to New York City as well. Have we had a game in New York City yet? I don't remember. Well, it's currently clear, but there is wind, so. And the Barons are favorites to win this game. All right, welcome to New York City, where the Atlanta Razorbacks are taking on the New York Barons. And just like this, we're going to start off a NFC matchup between these two teams. It's the NFC South versus the NFC East. Now, the New York Barons are currently in first in their division. And the Razorbacks are in second in their division. With the Barons being 3-1 and the Razorbacks being 2-2. And there's already a penalty against the Barons. That was quick. It's against Vicente, the number 90, false start. That's incomplete. It is 3rd and 2. And the Razorbacks will punt. Now Atlanta is definitely having a weird season. Razorbacks are currently in 11th in the NFC, which means they're not in playoff range. Even though they're in second in their division, they're not in playoff range. As we're currently only expecting one team from the NFC South to make the playoffs this season. And that would be the Mexico City Jaguars. I don't think the NFC South is really that strong this season. Here's Newman. Here's Burke, and it's going to be 2nd and 11. Sorry I wasn't talking too much. I was reading the Discord server for Access Mobile just to see if there were any updates. There's no updates yet. Go. It is currently December, so... And that's a 50-yard good field goal there. And it's 3-0 so far. The Barons in the lead. New York Barons are currently in 3rd in the NFC, as they are the 3rd best division winner. Here's Gordon. So a gain of 7. Go. Here's Atlanta on 3rd and 11. And that will be 4th down. Here's Burke again. 2nd and 1. Nice catch by Cooper for a first. Potter is definitely having a good game already. Burke again. Loss of 2. And that's a touchdown. And the Barons will make it 9-0. Here's Cook. He's going to put... he's on the 28-yard line. Let me go check my live stream to see if there's any messages. Because I haven't seen any yet. At least not that I've seen. Oh, yeah. There we go. It says, so you're going to read chat? Yes. Yeah, my apologies for not talking in the past few live streams. I mean, I did talk last night because I didn't feel... I actually felt like commentating, and I'm going to commentate again tonight. That is incomplete. 3rd and 10. Elliott's going to pass. It's catch made by Cook for a first down. All right, who plays tonight? So tonight we have the Atlanta Razorbacks versus the Barons right now. That game is alive. Next is going to be the Buffalo Grizzlies versus the Cincinnati Royals. Buffalo actually did manage to get a good win last week. And third game is actually going to be the Chicago Lakehawks versus the Arizona Heat. Chicago has a chance to become 5-0 tonight if they defeat Arizona. Here's Elliott, intercepted by Wells. And he's a linebacker, too. It's a bad throw by Elliott, which led to an interception by Wells. I have never seen that. I think that was a linebacker that intercepted the football. Second and 10. Cooper made it 24 yards here. First down for the Barons. Potter's going to throw it wide open. Chance for a TD. It is incomplete. Here's Potter. He's going to throw it down the field, and it's incomplete. And that's an incomplete pass by the Barons. That's a first down by the Barons. Let me turn this off real quick. Atlanta and New York are two teams that you would originally think back in a few these two teams have had their history. Now, if this was a matchup in both either Axis 17 or Axis 19, the Razorbacks would win this game easily. But it seems like the Barons have completely changed from what they used to be. Because now the New York Barons are 3-1. Probably their best start they've had all season. Yeah, pass it incomplete. Caught by Biggin. Here's Elliott, and incomplete. Fourth down. Oh, that step goes out of bounds. That's the 1 yard line the Barons have to work from. Barons have to go really far if they want to score. Pass to Hunt. And it's 2nd and 7. Here's Burke. And that's going to be another first down for the Barons. And here's Burke. He gets another first down for the New York Barons. They are on a 24 now. Lambrento sacrificed the streak to get the win, says Real Gouda Games. And this ball's incomplete. David Potter's 5 for 10 today. Pass up the middle, caught by Hunt for a 9-yard gain. It's 3rd and 1. Here's Burke for a first down. 2nd and 5. Burke on 3rd and 3, and this drive is going to end on the 40-something yard line. Where are they at? They're on the 47. And Barons did get a bunch of yards, though. Okay, this ball's going to be ruled at the 1-yard line, so it may have been the Barons' turn to start at the 1-yard line. Now it's the Razorbacks' turn to start at the 1-yard line. Definitely, we got some good punters today. As everyone just seems to be starting on the 1-yard line. Pass, deep, picked off on the first play. And the Barons will get the ball back on the 37-yard line. Now, the response to being on the 1-yard line should be more like the calm approach that the Barons took, not this aggressive push that Atlanta tried to do and just ended up in an interception. Here's Potter. It's incomplete, and a 2-minute warning here has hit in New York. Go. All right, loss of 2. 4th down. And the Barons are going to punt this one away. Hike. This one's going to be a touchback. Let's see what Atlanta does on this drive. Here's Elliott. He's going to run himself, and he gets tackled for a gain of 6. Here's Elliott. Pass is incomplete. Here's Elliott. This pass is caught for a 14-yard gain. This is 1st and 10 from the 40. Intercepted by Jarrett. And for the 2nd drive in a row, the ball has been picked off from Atlanta. Here's Potter. And it's going to be a 1st down for Owens. Hike. Here's Potter. To Owens for again. And it's going to be a 1st down for the Barons. All right, 1st and goal from the scoring position. Up the middle, and it's caught by Cooper. Touchdown, New York. Here's the PAT. It's good, and the score is now 17-0. Atlanta's looking to be in trouble here. Here's Elliott. It's incomplete. I think I'm wearing too many layers for the temperature right now. It's 57 degrees in here, which is known as cool temperature. It's not cold anymore. Cold starts at another 2 degrees. It might be cold by the time this by this weekend, by this game night ends, but I don't think it's going to be too cold right now, so we're going to take off 2 layers. Speaking of the weather, I didn't even check the weather in New York. It is currently freezing in New York City right now. Temperature is going down to as low as 20 degrees Fahrenheit in New York City tonight, making it one of the colder days of the week. It is currently freezing right now in New York, just like it is here where I'm from as well. I'm thankful that it's 57 degrees in here right now because I don't think the weather has helped us in any way, shape, or form over the last couple of days. And it's halftime here in New York. Barons are leading 17-0 in their home stadium during their freezing temperatures. Temperatures currently in the mid-20s in New York. And where the Razorbacks are from, in Atlanta, the temperature is currently 42 degrees Fahrenheit. It is that is considered very cold. That's just one level above freezing. Temperatures are actually going to be going up and down. Temperatures are actually expected to go up in Atlanta, despite it being night. Atlanta still gets pretty warm days, despite it being late fall, considering they're from the south. It is their hottest day within the next 10 days. being set to 69 degrees Fahrenheit. That is in the suit. That is in the that's in the comfortable range. As anywhere from anywhere from anywhere from, I guess, 66 degrees to 75 degrees is considered the comfortable range. Sadly, we won't see that anytime soon where I'm from. First down. First and goal for the Barons. Here's Potter, and first down. Or sorry, touchdown. Hunt catches the touchdown, and the Barons will score again. Razorbacks are looking for answers on why their defenses and offenses are failing them tonight so far. Atlanta's currently in 11th in the NFC. They will be surely going down, and if they lose tonight. Here's Elliott. He's going to throw it deep. Caught by Cook for a first down. Now, the warmest day in New York City for the next 10 days is actually going to be on the 10th. It's going to be 46 degrees. I think there's I think that might be a heat wave. Yes, they do exist in the wintertime, but they're really... Heat waves are... Well, I guess it just makes it a little bit hotter, but it's not going to be like dramatically hot like it would be in the summer, which we will see that happen in the UAFL during another season, not this season. Butler gets the first down for Atlanta. Now, again, if you do take a look, here's Atlanta, and they're going to score their first touchdown in the game. Here is 1st and 10. And it's Newman makes the catch. Burke on 1st and 10. Gets 2 yards here. So depending on where you live determines how much rain you normally would get during each season. Most of the and I think most of the UAFL teams get their rain during the summer. Some of them get them in the winter, some get it in the spring, some even get it in the fall, but the ones that get the countries or the teams that are currently under rain watch, meaning increased amount of rain games, would be, I don't really know. It's not very many teams in November. Or wait, no, it's December now. I'm stupid. That would be the Louisiana Gators, the San Francisco Sharks, the Los Angeles Tide, the Vancouver Mallards, the Tennessee Bloodhounds, and the Seattle Bruins. And that's about it. As there's not very many teams that get a whole lot of rainfall during this part of the year. Intercepted by O'Brien. Teams that don't really get a lot of rainfall. A lot of the teams don't really get a lot of rainfall during the winter. The summer is when it rains a lot. Unless if you're in the West Coast, it's the other way around. And I guess some parts of the South as well. But for this particular season, this is a fall/winter season. Atlanta's going to punt this one. And since this is a fall/winter based season, during the fall months, which is basically the first half of the season, I think it's the first 7 weeks maybe. The first 7 weeks of the season are in the fall, and the only teams that really get a lot of rain during the fall would be I think there's a couple actually. I think you have Ottawa. Let me fact check that. I think the Boston Whalers, the Ottawa Capitals, the Toronto Wizards. I don't know. I gotta take a map and see where they're at. I gotta see where Ottawa's at. I can't say Ottawa if I... Yeah, Ottawa's there. Ottawa... So yeah, the Ottawa Capitals, the Toronto Wizards, the Houston Bombers, actually, I don't know. I don't think Houston is not... I don't even think Houston's in there. So it might not be a lot of teams. I think it's just Houston and... or I think it's just Toronto and Ottawa. Those... And... Yeah, it's just Toronto and Ottawa. That's crazy that only 2 UAFL teams are going to experience a lot of rainfall during this season. The rest of them, and the teams that are, or at least during the first half of the season, the second half is different. Now, for the first half of the season, that also means there's a decent number of teams that are currently having their dry season, that including the Las Vegas Outlaws, the where's Denver at? I'm not sure if they're in there or not. What's this? Why is there a red thing on there? I guess that's a state park. I think Denver might be in that range too. Denver's going to have a dry area. It's going to be dry. The Oklahoma City Cyclones are going to be dry as well. Same with the... I want to say the St. Louis or... the St. Louis Racers are in there too. And the... Not the Bloodhounds, right? I think the Bloodhounds might be in there as well. Boston Whalers aren't going to get a lot of rain either. Most of the teams don't really get a whole lot of rainfall. Or not most of them. Some of them are just average. But the winters does... The second half... The last 5 weeks of the regular season are in the winter time. And that is a different story because... Because then majority of the country is going to be under the dry period, and that's going to include basically almost all of the teams, going from the Barons. It's going to include the New York Barons, maybe not Baltimore, but a lot of teams basically. So the weather does play a role here. Atlanta's trying to score here to make it closer. Now, windfall is also a... Especially, the wind is different depending on the season as well. It's sometimes months are more windy than others, but March is often the windiest month because it's when we go from winter to spring. The fall can be too, so we've already had one heavy wind game, so yeah, if we take a look at the average wind speed by month, the summer is the calmest. Or this is based on Dodge City, Kansas, actually. Touchdown Atlanta, by the way. Windiest months being March and April. So yeah, that's basically that. Here's Newman. It's gain of 2. Here's Potter. Throws it deep, caught by Hunt. Yeah, it seems like the rainiest month is going to be August, and the driest month is actually coming up, and that's going to be February. November is also one of the driest months as well. Here's Potter. First down for the Barons. Well, 2025 is almost over, and I want to say we've had the craziest weather this year. We had winters brutally cold to the point where we got like a whole month's worth of snow in one day, and that never melted for over a month. And that's from one extreme, and the other goes to a boiling range of 99 degrees Fahrenheit, cooking you alive, basically. Yeah, I had to take my shirt off and just basically go with just a bare shirt, a bare skin. Like, that's how hot it was. like that. The weather has been crazy this year. It's already getting crazy for this winter because it's already freezing and it's early December still. And they're now projecting that we're going to get snowfall, our first snowfall in the fall. That has not happened in a long time. Oh, field goal is good. And the Barons are now leading by even more. It's 27-13. Yeah, where we live, in this month, our average highs are 50, and our average lows are like 32. Intercepted by ball, by the way. I think that's it. That might be game over. Next month, though, the averages are lower. 46 on average as a high, 28 on low. And that's going to do it here in New York City. The Barons are going to win against the Atlanta Razorbacks. The Atlanta Razorbacks will fall to 2-3. As this will be Atlanta's third loss of the season. And for New York, this will be their fourth win of the season. They'll be 4-1 in quite a historic season for the Barons, as they've never had this much success before. And they now have a third of the wins possible. All right, moving on to our next game. We got the Buffalo Grizzlies versus the Cincinnati Royals. This game takes place in Cincinnati, Ohio, so let's go check the weather there. I expect it to be colder than New York, but we'll see. I was correct. It is colder. It is 22 degrees Fahrenheit in Cincinnati. It is mostly cloudy, so I have to put it on clouds mode. Wind speed is not high enough for me to use the wind feature, as it's only light air. It's 2 miles an hour. And they're projecting that the Barons or the Buffalo Grizzlies are going to win this game. And welcome to Cincinnati, Ohio, home of the Cincinnati Royals. Where the Barons are from, it's even colder in Buffalo. It's way colder in Buffalo than it is in New York. It is only 14 degrees Fahrenheit in Buffalo, New York, also known as Snow Central. They're lucky they don't have a game scheduled to tomorrow towards the daytime hours because it's going to be snowing then. It's going to be snowing a lot in Buffalo. It snows a lot in Buffalo in general. It's almost gotten to the point where, well, they're actually building a dome now. So the Buffalo Bills cannot use snow as their weapon much longer after this season ends. Because trust me, they've done it against my Baltimore Ravens. But it doesn't matter now because I don't even think we're going to make the playoffs because the freaking Ravens are horrible this year. And I don't even think it's the team's fault. It's probably the coaching. What's the coldest night in Buffalo coming up? That is going to be Monday the 8th, but tonight's not far from it. It's 14 degrees right now. That is in the frigid range, by the way. It is currently frigid in Buffalo. As the temperatures, if you're outside right now in Buffalo, I would recommend taking shelter right now. It is cold. Or like it is frigid right now out there. Like the fact that there's frigid temperatures already in Buffalo indicates that we're going to have a cold winter. And there's probably going to be a lot of cities that hit sub-zero level temperatures as well. We haven't had that happen yet, except for Edmonton, I'm pretty sure. I think Edmonton's had that, right? Yes, I'm correct. And Edmonton's got another one coming up on Saturday. Today's actually a warm day for Edmonton, though, because the temperature was 37. But it's now going to go down to frigid level. But around 6:30 a.m. or I guess 6:50 a.m. on Sunday, the temperatures in Edmonton are going to drop to -1. It's going to be sub-zero temperatures. And in fact, there is a day where the temperatures are going to stay in the sub-zero temperature range for an entire day. That would be on Friday the 12th. And it looks like Saturday is going to be the same way as well. So it's even worse up in Edmonton. There's already sub-zero. Edmonton's already bracing themselves for a sub-zero winter. As usual, I mean, it's not surprising that this is coming from Edmonton. It's just how soon this is happening. If it's already going to be 0 degrees before the winter begins, the coldest month is January, by the way. Touchdown Cincinnati, by the way, as well. Because after January, the temperature starts to go up. The weather right now is going to feel exactly the same as the weather in February, which is obvious. Which is honest. That's actually when the next UAFL season begins. Because November, it wasn't as cold, which means less snow games. There were a couple of snow games, but not too many. But now we're in December, and there's more snow games, and there's going to be even more snow games next month because it's going to be the coldest month of the year. Let me see if Calgary's going to have some. Calgary can reach. Oh my gosh. Calgary's temperature's going down to negative 14 degrees on the 13th. And they're not even as north as Edmonton, so I don't know what's up with that. But then you got other cities like Vancouver, which happens to be very different in terms of temperature, because the temperature is in the 40s and 50s on a regular basis. It's like Florida for some reason. Or I guess more like Georgia. But if we take a look at Houston, it's a different story. The temperature's still in the 70s all the time. But it's really a prediction. We predict the weather has an effect on Axis games, so that's why we like to predict the weather. And it's going to be a first down for Buffalo. I think that explains. Okay, I just searched it up and I think I figured out why we're getting some really extreme temperatures already. There's an Arctic blast that is being predicted to bring temperatures 10 to 25 degrees below normal in many states and provinces. That is insane. Colder conditions are likely from the Pacific Northwest to the Northern Rockies, Northern Plains, and Mississippi Valley. And it's also because there's a La Nina going on. And to touchdown Buffalo. The Grizzlies will score again. However, where I'm from, though, we're supposed to be getting above average temperatures, which is weird, considering the 20s is considered above average. Well, that only happens during cold blasts, but Okay, here we are. There's a pass. It's caught for a first. It is now the second quarter.
Select. Sit up.
There's a deep pass. Caught in. No, it's not caught. He dropped it. I didn't think he would drop it.
Sit up. Sit up.
Touchdown, Cincinnati. And Cincinnati's going to kick a field goal here. And Vaughn is going to return this one. Okay, the 2026 what? Okay, so based on the predictions, apparently we're in. Why is it that some people are saying that we're in the worst zone, but others say that the temperatures are going to be more mild? I don't know. No one knows how to predict a winter.
See, last year they were predicting us to be having a warmer winter than normal. And if that's the case, that was such craziness because we had so many snow days even then. If that's the case, the temperature could be even worse than that according to them.
Strike.
I mean, we usually get the least amount of snowfall, though. Both teams seem to be struggling a little bit on offense tonight.
Go.
Fumble on the field, and Cincinnati continues their drive, though. And this pass is incomplete.
Strike. Hike. Go.
Here's a punt. And Vung is going to run this one. Second and 13.
Go.
Temperature's surprisingly going up in my room, despite the temperature going down outside. What? Oh. Where's this so-called city? I've never heard of this city in my life. I'm not going to say where it is, but there's a city that my tablet thinks I live in.
Hike.
Where is it pointing at? What is this city? What?
Then hike.
Or whatever is close enough, I guess. Oh. Friday does not look promising, though. I'm gonna check Apple. I think Apple is more accurate than Amazon is.
Go!
Oh yeah, I forgot it's supposed to start snowing. Well, now they're saying it's going to be a mix of rain and snow. They change something every minute.
Go!
Yeah, it's 3rd and 20. And now it's 4th down.
Go!
Huh. Go figure. They change everything. I swear, everything changes every day. This is why you always got to check your weather every day because it could be different. Because they originally said it was going to snow. Now they're saying it's going to be a mix of rain and snow. Watch it not snow at all. Royals get another 1st down. Now they're also saying Tuesday, where I live, it's going to be a low of 19 degrees Fahrenheit.
Hike!
I just want to say good luck to anyone outside my hometown during that temperature. When are they saying that's going to happen? Oh, this is at 5 in the morning.
Go! Strike. Go.
Okay.
Strike.
Okay, and the field goal is good for Buffalo. It's almost halftime now. Halftime, so far Buffalo's in the lead.
Strike. Go. Strike. Go.
It is definitely an interesting
Hike. Go.
Okay, 1st and 5.
Go! Hike!
Okay. Yeah, we are
Hike!
looking at Buffalo right now. They're passing up the middle. To Bung. 1st and goal.
Go!
Pass is caught for a touchdown. And that PAT is missed. It's no good. I almost set the Razorbacks to a record of 2 and 4. Got to find out who the Razorbacks played this season.
Hike!
Who did Atlanta play in week 2? There's a couple of games missing from week 2 for some reason. First down. I know Atlanta beat OKC though. But I don't know who Atlanta beat during week 1 or during week 2 because it doesn't. Or I don't know who Atlanta beat during another week.
Go!
So they actually beat somebody then.
Hike!
I think they played Louisiana.
Yeah, I think they beat Louisiana. That's what it was. So the Razorbacks, let me go update them real quick. Because they are above the Cyclones.
Tonight. Go.
Okay. So with the Razorbacks loss,
Tonight.
they are now in 14th in the NFC. And the Barons are now in 2nd in the NFC. What a crazy time to be a... Why is he throwing to a lineman? Bro thought the lineman was open. The lineman was actually pushing the defender. Or the lineman was actually pushing the defense out the way. First down because of Vung. Buffalo came off of a big win last week against Miami, and Grizzlies are looking to become 4-1. Wow, I didn't think this team would be good too. I would like to see a Access Cup game between the Buffalo Grizzlies and the New York Barons. Because our two New York teams are both good at this game this season. Okay, here's a field goal from Buffalo.
Hike.
And that's through. It is 26 to 14. It is now a 12-point game. It looks like the AFC North is going to be. Actually, Toronto won, didn't they? Toronto won. Baltimore lost. Pittsburgh won, and now Cincinnati's going to lose, which means it's going to be up to Cleveland to see if the AFC North is going to have a winning record this week. Or is going to have a winning, I'm guessing, a winning week. As it's starting to look like Buffalo, I mean, it's not over yet. Cincinnati can still win this, but let's say the Royals do lose. It would depend on how much they lose by, because Pittsburgh can potentially pass the Royals.
Hike. Hike.
Yeah, it depends on how much they win by. If the Royals do lose right now at this current scoreline, Pittsburgh will move up. That would put the Ironhawks in second in the AFC North.
Hike.
Flag on the field. My question is to you, what is the Royals doing? They couldn't have punted the ball?
Tonight.
I mean, I don't know how Cincinnati is 3-1 this season. They do not play like a 3-1 team. They play more like a mid-level team.
Tonight.
There's McCoy. He's going to lose 2 here.
Tonight.
All right, 3rd and 12. Here's Spencer, and Buffalo will get another first down. We hit the 2-minute warning here, or almost do. Cincinnati wastes a timeout. I don't know what's up with the trend of teams wasting timeouts because there's literally a second left. Why are you going to save that 1 second? Just for another clock stop because of the 2-minute warning.
Go.
All right, timeout number 2. Yep. The Royals will take their second. And timeout 3. I think we wait a field goal. And that's going to make it a 15-point lead for Buffalo. It's going to be really difficult for Cincinnati to win this one now. Royals are now expected to drop to 3rd place in the AFC North. And when this game concludes, if it concludes the way it does, the Royals will receive their 2nd loss of the season. They've only lost 2 games. Or that is if this game does end in a loss for Cincinnati.
Strike. Sit up.
Here's Andrews with a pass. Caught by Woods for a first. The Royals are going to try to keep this one alive.
Sit up. Hike.
And touchdown, Cincinnati. Royals are down by 9, though. We'll see what they decide to do. They'll go for the 2-pointer right now.
Sit hike.
And they got it. Yep, they got it. And now the Royals just need 7. They have no timeouts to work with. They're going to go for the 4th and 12.
Go.
We'll see how this goes. And it's incomplete. That is game over. The Buffalo Grizzlies are 4-1. As Buffalo has had a better season than I've ever seen them ever have. It's a good game. This one was a good game. But ultimately, Buffalo is the one to walk home with the win tonight. Grizzlies are 4-1. now, and the Royals are now 3-2. A showdown between two good teams ends with the Grizzlies getting their 4th win of the season. And just to keep in mind, I projected the Buffalo Grizzlies to be 2-3 at the end of this week. But they won this game, which I didn't think they would win. Originally, I didn't think they would win before week 4 ended, because in week 4 they defeated Miami. So it is definitely a win that is well deserved for Buffalo, and they'll be heading to week 6 with a smile on their face. All right, our third game. The last undefeated team in the league will be playing tonight. The 4-0 Chicago Lakehawks will be taking on the up-and-coming Arizona Heat, who has beaten teams in upsetting fashion. Arizona's 2-2 right now after defeating San Francisco. And we are currently going to be in Arizona, so the temperatures are 49. It's clear outside, and there is no... Imagine snow in Phoenix. That'd be crazy. Yeah, you can have snow in Phoenix, Arizona if you wanted to. The only undefeated team left in the league is playing tonight, and they're up against Arizona this week. The Chicago Lakehawks. If Chicago wins this, they will be 5-0. All right. Arizona is going to be tested tonight. They're playing Chicago. As the Lakehawks were scheduled to be at their difficulty level. However, Chicago has had an unbelievable season so far. 4-0. Haven't lost once yet. And the only ones who haven't lost yet. Everyone else has already. As 5 teams who were undefeated before week 4 started, lost, and is now just Chicago. Arizona's making their way down the field. It's first down. And it's gain of 1 yard on the play. It's another gain of 1. It's 3rd and 8. All right, let me look at the score line. It's a 7-point. I'm going to update the standings now. Okay, so the Pittsburgh Ironhawks are now in second in the AFC North. Here's a pass that is incomplete. Arizona's trying to strike first today.
Said hike.
Oh boy, I don't think I'd ever say this. Oh, touchdown Arizona. That's not what I meant, but I did expect Arizona to get some touchdowns tonight. Because they're a decent team. But what I mean is that the Buffalo Grizzlies are now in first place in the entire AFC after the win. Wow. What a number. We have 4 teams that are division leaders that you would never expect to be division leaders in the AFC. Buffalo, Vegas, Cleveland, and Indianapolis. Like, none of the 4 teams I would ever say would be division winners several seasons ago.
Said hike.
First down, Chicago.
Go.
So with the Cincinnati Royals losing, they are now in 10th in the AFC. Just barely on the bubble of survival. Pittsburgh moves up to 9th. Nebraska moves up to 8th. And Orlando moves up to 7th. A crazy turn of events. Here's Potter. He's going to get a first down for Chicago.
Hike.
Here's Griffin. Throwing down deep, intercepted by Horton. I don't know what that throw was supposed to be, but it was picked off by the defense. Now I want to take a look at Thursday Night Football and see what happened in the NFL. Penalty against Arizona. The Lions beat the Cowboys. What kind of record is 6-6-1?
Hike. Hike.
And that's going to be a punt from Arizona after Chicago managed to get the stop. And the punt is away. Here's Potter. Second and 5. Here's Potter, and it's 3rd and 6. Here's Potter. He's got room. He's on his way to the 12-yard line. Big run from Potter, and it is 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. Chicago is set to attempt to score once again. Throw in the middle, incomplete. Horton was there. And Griffin's going to run himself. He slides, but I don't think he should have slid there. Potter, and it's going to be a 4th down. And the Lakehawks will have to kick a field goal, and it's going to be the end of the first quarter. As the Arizona Heat are working hard to try to make the biggest upset of their season happen. Field goal's good. It is 3-7. Arizona back on the field to start their second quarter. And they do get a 1st down here. Here's Jones. It's going to be a 3-yard gain here. There's Norris to Nelson. That's going to be a 1st down for the Heat. Here's Jones. 2nd and 8 here.
hike,
Here's Norris. And that's going to be a first down by Taylor.
hike, go,
You should see how hot Arizona gets during the winter. Or during the summer, I'm sorry. Fourth down, Arizona's going to kick a field goal here.
sit hut,
And it's good. And the Arizona Heat will now lead by 7 again.
go,
Chicago is going to try. Oh, Chicago almost lost the ball there.
go, hut, sit hike,
Oh, 19 degrees in Arizona is crazy.
sit hut,
Deep pass. Caught by Phillips for a first down. It's 1st and 10 from the 16. And Chicago's looking to try to make something happen here.
go,
Here's Griffin and the Chicago Lakehawks. He gets the pass away, and it's caught by Phillips for a touchdown. And he runs into the wall and comes back out of the wall.
sit hike,
And the Chicago Lakehawks have tied this one 10-10 here in Phoenix, Arizona. Here's Norris. Caught by Morris. Let's see what the flag is. It is against Chicago. And it's going to be declined.
Go!
Here's Norris to Jones. First down, Arizona.
Sit hut.
Second and 9. We got a pass going, and it's caught by Simmons for a first. First and 10 with a no-huddle offense. Flag on the field. It is caught by Morris. It's not a touchdown, and it's against Chicago again. It's going to be declined. It's first and goal for Arizona. And touchdown. Arizona scores again.
Hike. Sit hut.
Here's Griffin. Pass caught by Crawford for a first. And there's a penalty. And it's going to be another 15 yards on top of that. That's going to be a lot of yards gained for Chicago.
Hike.
First and 10. Griffin interception. Yes, it is. I saw it coming from a mile away, and Roberts has picked off the ball.
Sit hike.
And now it's Arizona's turn. Let's see what they got going on.
Go! Sit hut.
The Chicago players are quite confused what's happening this week. Arizona has been dominant this week and last week so far.
Hike.
Incomplete here.
Sit hike.
Pass up the middle, incomplete and broken up. It's 3rd down. Chicago are likely going, or Arizona's likely to punt this one away if they do not get 10 yards here.
Hike.
They're going to go with a run. And they're going to get the 10 yards and more. 1st down for Arizona. Here's Norris, incomplete. Defended by Chambers. And this pass is caught by Albert. It's 1st down and a timeout called for the Heat. Almost called them the Fire.
Go.
Here's Norris. Pass is caught by Morris for 1st and goal. Arizona can take a 2-possession lead here. Incomplete.
Hike.
And he's in. Touchdown, Arizona. Arizona's making a statement tonight. From 1-2 to 3-2 is basically what they're trying to achieve tonight.
Go.
Here's Griffin. Pass to Phillips. And it's another 1st down for Chicago. First down, Chicago again. And timeout taken. Let's see what the Lakehawks do with 1 second left. I would just go for a Hail Mary. Oh, they're not even doing that. They're just going to let this one go into halftime. And Arizona so far has got a 14-point lead right now. I want to see what will happen with Chicago to start the 2nd half. This one's a touchback. We start the 2nd half with a touchback. There's Griffin. He's going to throw it really deep, and it's incomplete. Temperature's been stable at 57 degrees for over an hour now. Pass up the middle, first down by Chicago. Lakehawks are going to need to find anything possible to win this one, because they are down by 14.
Hike.
Here's Potter. It is a gain of 8. Loss of 3 on this play. However, they're still going to say it's 3rd and 4.
Tonight.
3rd and 4, and Potter converts. I think Potter might be... I think I'm starting to notice a pattern. Potter is become the primary reason this team is undefeated right now. I think we can safely say he is the Joseph Snyderwine of Axis Football 26. Because back then, Pittsburgh had a player just like Potter, and his name was Joseph Snyderwine. And I cannot believe we have another player at that level once again. Bill Potter has become a legend for Chicago throughout this season so far. I don't know why they keep switching him out. They should keep him on.
Tonight.
Oh, they're going to go for it, and it's caught. Rodgers with a touchdown.
Go.
I think Bill Potter. We finally found out who is carrying Chicago, and it's Bill Potter. Never thought I'd see another running back legend in a while.
Hike.
Here's Norris. He's going to find a way to pass. He's going to pass from Norris to Morris for a first.
Hike.
That's going to be a 1-yard gain on this play.
Go.
I don't know why Chicago didn't tackle him right there. They just ran alongside him. I think this Arizona offense has found a way to break through Chicago's defense, though. As Arizona's quick play style is definitely getting through Chicago. There's a flag. It's against Arizona. It's a 5-yard penalty. And it's 2nd and 10 now. And it is 3rd and 10. And converted. Simmons gets the first. And it's a first down. Here's Norris. Sacked. Oh, it's a fumble and it's a turnover. Arizona has turned over the ball. And Chicago has a chance to tie this one. Here's Griffin. His own team got in the way. It's 3rd and 10 or 3rd and 13. Quick pass. Caught by Rodgers for a first. Good conversion by Chicago. It's now 1st and 10 from the 45. Kelvin Rodgers is also a major reason why Chicago is still unbeaten. Griffin breaks the tackle. This is a deep pass. It is caught by Davison for a 46-yard gain. What a play. Not only does the quarterback break the tackle, he gets the throw off, and then that throw is completed for a 46-yard gain. And now we entered the 4th quarter of this incredible matchup between the Chicago Lakehawks and, surprisingly, the Arizona Heat. As I didn't expect Arizona to be this good, Potter is going to be taken down immediately. It's going to be a loss of 4. As the offensive line was just not there. Here's Griffin. He's going to throw it towards the end zone. It's incomplete. It's 3rd down. It's 3rd and goal. Let's see what Chicago does here. Pass up the middle. Incomplete. It's 4th down. And Chicago is likely going to kick a field goal. Field goal attempt is good. It is 20-24. It's a 4-point gain. And it's going to be, this ball is going to be spotted on the 26.
Go!
Here's Norris. He's going to throw it really deep. It's caught by Simmons. He's going to score a touchdown. That is a huge touchdown by Arizona. How many yards was that, folks? I don't even know.
To the hut.
And now Chicago's got to find a way to come back because they're down by 11. Rogers barely gets enough distance. Potter breaks the first tackle and then gets 4 more after that. And there's a flag against Arizona for a face mask, which adds another 15 to that to total to a 19-yard gain.
Go!
Here is Potter. He's going to get a yard.
Tonight.
Here's Rodriguez. Fumble, turnover. Arizona has recovered the fumble, and now Arizona can make it a 3-possession game with their next score.
To the hut.
Fumble. And it's turned over again. Chicago's got it back. And now Chicago has a chance to score again. It's going to be another first down thanks to Potter. Bill Potter from Chicago has been pretty good today. He's ran for 131 yards today.
To the hut.
Pass up the middle, incomplete. It is a little too much to the right. But he's lucky it wasn't picked off.
Tonight.
He's going to throw it deep. Caught by Rogers, and he doesn't get to the end zone, but it's 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Here's Chicago. Up the middle, caught. Touchdown, Chicago. And the Lakehawks reduce the lead a bit. Oh, they're going for 2 here. Lakehawks are going for 2. But the quarterback is tackled. And that is the end of that. And we wait the kickoff. And Chicago will need a touchdown to take the lead. They are down by 5. But first, they got to defend against Arizona first. Let's see what Arizona and Norris does on this drive. Reen gets 9 yards on this play.
Hike.
Here's Norris. He gets a first down.
Tonight.
Here's Norris, 1st and 10. Pass up the middle is incomplete. It's broken up. It's 2nd down.
Go.
Here's Norris with this screen. It is a good screen. It's a gain of 3, though. Not by much. And it's 3rd down. Let's see what Arizona comes up with to convert on 3rd down. They're going to try to run it, and they will get through. I think Jones might be also at Snyder-Wine level as well, as he is extremely fast, and you can count on him to get almost every first down. So both Bill Potter and Deion Jones, I want to call them the Joseph Snyder-Wines of Access Football 26. There's a flag. It's against Chicago. The Lakehawks cannot afford to concede a touchdown. Here's Norris. Down deep. Incomplete.
Tonight.
Here is Arizona on 2nd and 5. First down. First and 10 for the Arizona Heat.
Tonight.
Arizona's doing a good job against Chicago tonight so far. Hey, what's up, Mirzeta Omerovic? Welcome to the stream. Here's Norris. Caught. Touchdown, Arizona. And the Arizona Heat... Oh, they're going for 2. However, that attempt fails, and it's going to be an 11-point game. Rogers is going to get about a little bit shy of the 25. First and 10 from the 24. 2.5 minutes to go in this game. Chicago needs to find a way to win, and that pass is deflected and dropped.
Sit hut.
Pass is screened to Fisher. He is not out of bounds, and the Lakehawks will call timeout.
Go.
Griffin. There's a flag on the field. Passes deep. Incomplete. And it's against the Heat. And it's another first down.
Tonight.
Here's Griffin. Throws the ball to Parks.
Go.
Here's Griffin on 2nd and 2. And it's 3rd down.
Tonight.
Incomplete. 4th down. It could be do or die here. Chicago's quarterback is getting the jitters. It's 4th down.
Hike.
And incomplete. The jitters continues, and it's a turnover on downs.
Tonight.
Here's Jones. And the 2-minute warning has struck. Arizona is moments away. They need a first down.
Hike.
They got a lot. Chicago used their last timeout. Arizona gets a first down. This game is over.
Tonight.
And intercepted. Chicago will keep this one alive. And now the Lakehawks will get another chance. This might be their this will be their last chance though.
Hike.
Pass to Rogers. I expect no huddle offense here, as they don't have a lot of time and they need 2 touchdowns. Caught by Rogers again.
Hike.
We're going to try to go deep. There's a flag on the field. Let's see who it's against. It's against Chicago for pass interference. This one's coming back. And the Lakehawks do have a chance to think things through now, even though they've lost a few yards here.
Tonight.
Lakehawks step back to pass. Deep pass and incomplete. It's broken up.
Tonight.
Here's Griffin. Throw to the left side. 3rd down. Here's Griffin. 3rd and 20. Touch. First down, Parks. Expect no huddle here. The clock continues to run. Pass is thrown. It's incomplete. It is a terrible throw. And it's 2nd down. Quarterback for Chicago still has the jitters, it looks like. It's too early for quarterbacks to get the jitters. It's not the playoffs. This is the regular season. Crawford keeps going. Chicago with the pass. It's incomplete. QB still has the jitters. I think the only thing that's not letting Chicago be completely dominant tonight is their quarterback, as Logan Griffin's 22 for 40 tonight. Pass. Incomplete. 3rd down. Here's Griffin. Screen. Caught. Touchdown, Chicago. And the Lakehawks are now cut the lead to 5. And they're going for 2 here. And they got it. Now we're going to expect them to go for this 4th and 12 conversion. They get it, this game continues. They miss it, and it's over. Arizona just needs to get this stop to end the game. Let's see what happens here. And intercepted. That's game over. The Arizona Heat have defeated the undefeated Chicago Lakehawks. And there are no more undefeated teams in the UAFL. The best teams in the league are now all 4-1. What a game, what a ride for Arizona as they have defeated Chicago. All right, moving on to our last game of the night. After this crazy upset, we now have another huge game coming between the Orlando Rockets and the Denver Mountaineers. All right, let's check the weather. We're in Denver. It's going to be clear. Are we ready? Last game of the night. All right, welcome to Denver, Colorado for a matchup between two really powerful teams. Arizona Heat are now 3-2 after their win against Chicago. And Chicago is now 4-1. And Green Bay should finally be back in the race in the NFC North after Chicago's loss.
tonight.
It's 3rd and 12 already, as Orlando hasn't been the most successful team. First down for the Rockets. Orlando's 3-1 and Denver's also 3-1. However, Denver's the favorites to win this one. And it seems like the Rockets are going to punt. Wait, why? I looked up and they were doing well a second ago. Now it's 4th and 25. Alright, I'm going to do a review between Chicago and New York. By a single point, the New York Barons are now in first place in the NFC. How about them Barons? And Arizona, you're definitely back in playoff range for sure. Right? Let me check. Let me double check that. Actually, no, they're not. Even though they won, they're still short of the playoff range by like 5 points in the point differential scale.
Tonight.
As Arizona is the only team that is not in playoff range with a winning record this season. And Kansas City could become a second one as well, possibly tomorrow, if they end up not winning by enough. First down, Denver. Now, when it comes to where these two teams are, Denver is in 5th in the AFC, and Orlando is in 7th in the AFC. So, you know this is a good game if both of these teams are within 2 positions of each other.
Hike. Hike.
Here's Adams. Fumble on the field, and Orlando recovers it.
Tonight.
Here's Bush. Pass is thrown, it's broken up.
Tonight.
Here's Bush. Intercepted by Stewart. And what a way to start this game if you're Denver. Here's Martin. With the pass, it's incomplete. And it's second down.
Tonight.
Here's Martin. Intercepted by Wagner. Wow. Neither team wants anyone to score. Both of these defenses won't let anything happen.
Hike. Tonight. Go. Go.
Here is Bush, and it's incomplete. It's 3rd and 9. And now it's 4th down. And it looks like Orlando will have to punt.
Tonight. Strike.
Gucci says, Odin, you still awake? Yes, I didn't fall asleep this time like I did in Season 2 of this league.
Hike.
This is our last game of the day, by the way, though. First down for Denver. I wonder if that video uploaded yet. I'm gonna check.
Hike.
Nope.
Hike.
How long was this stream where you fell asleep? I don't remember. This was last year. Well, I guess I did fall asleep last night during... Or not last night, 2 nights ago during the last game, but that was because I was up. That was because of a previous night I only had like 5 hours of sleep. So I didn't have as much energy as I normally would. Okay, yep, it didn't upload yet. It didn't upload yet, of course not. There's something wrong with YouTube today. It's a 3-minute short. How does it take this long to upload? Only 2 of the 3 shorts I've made today have successfully uploaded. Yeah, Bluetooth says I didn't respond. Yeah, that's because I fell asleep during the 3rd game, and then I woke up and realized I slept an hour with the frickin' game running, and I was like, frick it, I'll just do the 4th game in the morning.
Go!
What the heck? That's not my prices. Why does it say on my phone that my subscription costs $1.50 when it's not $1.50? That's weird. Speaking of which, now that it's the 5th, there is 3 days left to go until the next randomized drawing of who gets Huge Plus. Bluetooth says, not gonna lie, I've been there. I slept one time and I was on a VC. Good thing I woke up before my mom got home and started talking. Yeah. Guess it was a good thing I fell asleep, I guess. Oh, this is intercepted by Houston, the center back. That's going to be a 4-yard gain here. Here's Adams. He's going to get a first down for Denver. There's a fumble. It's recovered by the offense, though, but it's a loss of 9 yards. And he says, I'll wait next year when Roblox player base drops. I think it's already going to drop. I don't know if you heard the news, but Roblox has been banned in Russia. which is one of the largest Roblox fan bases in the world. And this time it actually wasn't banned because of child safety concerns. However, that is one of the things that the agency did find, though, from Russia. But they actually banned it because of what they like to call LGBTQ propaganda. Blue T says, the fact is, this all started from the Schlep drama. Bro isn't even that popular, but news broke and it spread like wildfire. Yeah, it did. It actually burned Roblox like a wildfire as well. They're banned in now 8 countries, I think. Turkey's banned it as well. And this happened last year. This was before the Schlep situation. Here's Bush. I wonder if, since Russia has banned it, I wonder if Putin's allies are going to follow now, because Belarus is close friends with Putin as well, which we could see Belarus ban the game. They might be, they're under a financial alliance with India too, but I don't think that's going to really do much when it comes to gaming, because that economic alliance is more of an economic thing rather than an actual power thing and political view thing. Okay, actually, here's an update on the Russia ban. Apparently, they're used for terrorist activities, according to the news. They've also banned Snapchat as well. So Roblox is not the only app to take fire. So yeah, there's actually multiple reasons that Russia's banned Roblox, actually. Child safety concerns, propaganda, or at least that's what they call it, and extremist content. To be honest with you, other than the LGBTQ propaganda, not because of course when I come from a free country, we don't really discriminate like that. All the other reasons, other than that one reason, are valid reasons to ban Roblox. And to be honest, I'm not really mad at Russia for what they did, because Roblox deserves it. They honestly deserve it. Like, I could care less what the reason is if I know that Roblox has turned into a bad platform like this. Okay. It's a first down for Denver again. The Mountaineers might dominate against Orlando tonight. Actually, update, the number of countries that have banned roadblocks, I said was actually the wrong number. It's actually a lot higher. It's actually 16 countries that have banned roadblocks. So twice as much as I thought. Algeria banned it in September 16th, on September 16th of this year. I remember covering that. That one was over child and safety concerns. China banned it in December of 2021. I don't even remember what the reason for that was. Considering it's China, they don't really like US-based companies. Iran banned it as well. But we don't remember when it was banned. But it was somewhat banned. I think it was banned this year because of child safety concerns. Iraq banned it on October 20th, 2025 due to child safety concerns. Jordan banned it as well, I think also over child safety concerns. Kuwait banned it on August 21st, 2025. However, the ban was lifted with new safety rules on October 28th. And I'm pretty sure it might get banned again because it's just like, what's going on? Maldives banned it in August. Myanmar's banned it for I don't know when they did that. Nepal banned it this year in September because of child safety concerns. North Korea banned it for obvious reasons. North Korea does not want any ties with anyone else. Oman banned it in 2021. Palestine banned it this year over child safety concerns on November 17th. Qatar banned it on August 13th over child safety concerns. Turkey banned it on August 7th, 2024 last year over, actually, child and safety concerns a year in advance. The UAE banned it from, it was banned from 2018 to 2021. Now it only has chat restrictions. Then, of course, Vietnam banned it in August 2024. Yeah, long list of countries that have banned it. And this all started, I think the first ban over child and safety concerns was actually in 2024. But it started getting banned a lot in, like, August and September. Like, we've had several countries ban it. And now Russia's added to the list of countries that have banned it. And he's the first country to ban it this month. It's halftime now. 21-0. So yeah, Blue Tea says, what happened to the scheduled games? They're resuming on Saturday for week 6. All of them except for Trackmania and Rocket Racing, as they both have been eliminated already. As those 2 games will not be going to part 2 of the season. I'm trying to get a short uploaded to announce that not 10 other games have qualified for part 2 of the season, but for some reason YouTube's being buggy and it won't let me upload it very quickly. As I was planning on getting that out before this live stream started, but as soon as it said like 20 something minutes, I was like, frick it, I might as well do the live stream first and then upload the short. And after week 6, I think 2 more games are going to be eliminated before we transition to part 2 of the season.
Go! Sit hut.
Yeah. There's still lawsuits on Roblox happening every day. Now there's a lawsuit against Roblox because a child predator almost kidnapped a 5-year-old because of this app. That's insane. That is way too young.
Sit hike. Go! Hut, hut.
Yeah. It is definitely a very interesting time. What's this one? I know they want actual safety. They should add the guest account back so kids won't need to ask their parents to create an account with chat features.
Hut, hut.
I think the problem really is moderation, though. It's the fact that they don't have a lot of moderators. Like they don't. They refuse to hire more moderators. Like everyone's been asking them to for the last 5 years. Like it's almost gotten to the point where if things get much worse, it's almost like where I just want to say, frick it, disable chat from everyone, period. Like, that's how bad this is turning into. Like, if you compare Fortnite to Roblox, Fortnite, you cannot chat with everyone inside the game. You can only chat with people in your party. Roblox, you can chat with absolutely everybody. That's why Fortnite doesn't have these problems that Roblox has. And there's 2 ways to fix this. At least properly fix this. Either A, both of them involve getting rid of the stupid AI thing, but one is to hire more moderators to moderate the chat. That would be the good option. And the other option, which would be the option everyone would disapprove of, would be to disable chat entirely. Because the AI guessing your age is not going to do anything if kids are going to be using their parents' faces to then matchmake with people of that age group whenever they play games. Like, Roblox claims they are leading the innovation of safety. No, the frick you are not. Because one day the AI bubble is going to burst and nothing's going to happen. And Blue Tea says, yeah, that's the guest feature from back then. You can't chat. Blue Tea says, kids don't need to chat anyways. And plus, this whole government ID thing it's also a privacy concern, especially because of data breaches. So, Discord just had a data breach. So, well, and actually, there was a data breach in Gmail that required me to change my password. Thanks, Google. Just for a safety precaution.
Go.
And OpenAI has also had a data breach. Yeah, now AI is getting breached, which is absolutely crazy.
Tonight. Tonight.
Apparently,
Go.
yeah, it's almost like I'm tempted to dress up as a Roblox guest if I were to ever play Roblox with my brother again, if he wants me to. Like, it's basically what this age has turned into. It's the biggest dystopian age ever.
Tonight.
Like, I don't think the solution to the problem is to... I don't think a solution to the problem on Roblox is segregation. Segregation is never the answer to anything, actually. Last time we practiced segregation, it created nothing but division. And this happened in the early the 20th century. And look how that went. Yeah, racism was... Yeah, you think racism was bad nowadays. 100 years ago, it was way worse. But that's besides the point. We shouldn't be adding segregation to freaking Roblox just because David's platform cannot moderate properly.
Hike. Alright.
I've actually seen racist people being nice to black people on one YouTube video.
Go. Go. Tonight.
It's gonna be a 3-yard gain here. I wonder how many more countries Roblox will be banned from by the end of this month.
Alright. Tonight.
I want to say, what would the next one be? I would guess the next one would probably... Could be Belarus. Maybe Belarus is next to ban Roblox, in my opinion. Maybe.
Alright. Sit up.
Yeah. There are the top 10 countries with the largest number of Roblox creators. Number 10 was Turkey. That was banned. Number 4 is Russia, and they were now banned. The fourth largest Roblox community has been banned from the platform, basically. That's how large scale this whole ban is. With the other ones, number 9 being Germany, I don't think they've banned it. Canada's number 8, Mexico's number 7, but I wouldn't be surprised if Mexico banned Russia tomorrow. Or no, I'm sorry, I wouldn't be surprised if Mexico banned Roblox tomorrow. Thailand is number 6, surprisingly. United Kingdom is number 5. Russia number 4, of course they've banned it already. The Philippines being in 3rd. In 2nd is Brazil. I won't be surprised if they decide to ban it as well. And of course number 1 being the United States of America. If Roblox were to be banned in the United States, since it's a US based country, it would basically be banned worldwide. However, I don't think the United States is going to ban it because instead of banning games, what we do is we just sue the crap out of them until they run out of money. Which seems a little interesting. Oh, that's because we have freedom laws and stuff like that. Okay, first down for Orlando. I think the Rockets are about to lose this one by a long shot. They're down by like a lot. 25 points.
Go!
2 minutes to go in this game. Touchdown. And the Rockets have that's their first touchdown in the game, by the way. Took them long enough to do it, though. The audio stream's current bitrate 0 is lower than the recommend. What the fuck you mean it's 0?
Hike!
There's now timeout Cyclones. I'm kidding. It's the Rockets. I accidentally called them the Cyclones. It's 3 a.m. people.
Go!
There's a flag. I think if Denver gets a first down, this game's over.
Go!
And this game is over. Final score of 10-28. And I believe we got one more night
Go!
of UAFL for week 5, and then the next one would be on Monday to kick off week 6 of the UAFL schedule. Okay, so Denver is now 4-1. Still in second though, because of head-to-head, because Vegas is above Denver because they beat them. And for Orlando, well, they're now 3-2. However, they remain in second place because Calgary, who's in third, is only 1-4, and they have struggled all week. And that whole division's been struggling really. Let me figure out where Orlando stands. So now they're -2. Nebraska is +14. Pittsburgh is +13. Okay, so the Rockets are now in 10th. They could potentially be kicked out of playoff range tomorrow if Kansas City does well enough. And that, my friends, is it for... And that's it for tonight for Ultimate Access Football League. Don't worry, folks. Tomorrow we got Friday Night Football to finish off Week 5 of the UAFL season. It is the Mexico City Jaguars versus the Dallas Stampede. Cleveland Coyotes versus the Indianapolis Gladiators. The San Francisco Sharks versus the Green Bay Axemen. And the Kansas City Wranglers versus the Miami Warriors. As always, I want to thank everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow night.